How do everyone? Today I'm going to talk about Muriel, the game's probably most prominent range support. I think she's absolutely fantastic. Let's dive straight into her abilities. So standard left kick, energy damage, we'll call it 50. Onto a right click, alacrity, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal ability. So you fire an orb out friendly heroes, it gives them a shield. At the start the shield is 135, and it also gives them extra movement speed as well. Really handy ability, allows them to, you can save teammates with this, you can give that extra boost of health and shield whilst they're in team fights. Wicked ability, really useful. Also, it doesn't really say here, but the range on it is very long indeed. And also, if you say miss or don't hit a friendly hero, it will, like, you'll see the orb and it'll just kind of stay on the ground, so that when friendly heroes are over it, they can get it, they can grab it, and they'll get all the benefits from it in that state. I don't know how long it lasts for on the ground. It's not a massive amount of time, but it's enough for an enemy hero to notice it and then jump over it for the extra boost. Onto a Q. Q's called Serenity. So Muriel fires a projectile that passes through minions, deals 75 to everyone it passes through, and then when it hits an enemy hero, it deals 75 energy damage, and it also applies a slow as well. So this is really handy if, again, it can be used to help teammates get away from damage if there's like giving chase. It can also be handy to stop enemies from getting away. You can dive in, get the slow off. Brilliant ability. Also, this is very similar to the right click in its range. Really long range. I don't think it's quite as much as the right click, but its distance range is phenomenal. It's absolutely brilliant. It's far further than her left click range is, so it's really useful ability. Onto a E, Consecrated Ground. Muriel deploys an AoE bubble that applies 100 shield to allies and does 60 energy damage to enemies touching it when it pops. So this is really good in team fights. You can put it down in a central area, teammates can run into it, they get the extra shield, and also enemies will always try and avoid it. That's why I always try and push it up on them. Because it will do the damage. I think, I don't know, it'll be a couple of seconds before the thing goes off, maybe 3, 4. But it's fantastic ability. It's able to give everyone in your group shields, basically, which is awesome. And it also does a little bit of damage to the other team, but Muriel's really not a damaging hero. She is a core support at its finest. Now, onto her ultimate. It's called Reversal of Fortune. Muriel flies to a targeted ally anywhere on the map. The ally instantly receives a shield, and upon arrival, all nearby allies receive a 450 shield, and all enemies get a knockback. This is a wicked ability, absolutely amazing. This gives her global map presence. It means she can be helping a teammate one lane, and then if you look into another lane and you see someone's being jumped or there's a team fight going on, you can happily just dive in, press your ult. Also, something to be worth, the shield is given to the person in range, like to the person you're targeting, the friendly person you're targeting, the friendly ally, as soon as you click. Not when Muriel gets there. As soon as you click on it, that person gets the shield, and then the knockback and the shield to everyone else on your team will only be given when you actually land on them. This is an amazing ability. It's arguably the best ultimate in the game. It's so phenomenal. It can change team fights. It can stop friendly allies from getting taken out. And it also allows, like, this is the only ability that can move someone all through the map. This is global. It's absolutely phenomenal. And this, man, I've played this hero a fair amount now, and it's really easy to like look after teammates. It just gives us so much map presence, and it can be really irritating for the enemy when they think they've got a guaranteed kill, and then when everything goes to shit as soon as Muriel gets there. So here we have Muriel in action. Of course, she is a primary support. She doesn't do very much damage at all. So realistically, when you're playing Muriel, the main thing you want to be doing is helping teammates. That's it. You just want to help make their lives as easy as possible, give them all the buffs you can, and you're really helpful in team fights. And she looks awesome, man. When she's in a sprint mode, look at that. Looks absolutely phenomenal. With the wings fully extended. So in lane, you're gonna want to try and push. You mainly want to make sure whoever else is in lane with you can farm easily. I think I'm trying to initiate a gank here. Yeah, trying to go on a gank here. See, look, when you 2v1, you've got Muriel, because Muriel can basically, unless they commit and really go out of the way to gank whoever you're protecting, they're basically unkillable. They're so hard to kill, they're so difficult, you can just stack so many shields and slows. It's just phenomenal, just phenomenal. It's absolutely brilliant. And whilst, like, of course, at the start, whilst you won't have your ultimate, later on, your ultimate is going to be key to winning fights. It's like, this is why you can often just walk around. You can also, if there's someone right next to you, you can still ult on them. You know, they don't have to be global. You can do it at whatever range you want, and this really does change things up. It really does. So, yeah, I guess key things, you need to always be looking at the map. You need to be always looking around, see the health bars of your allies, and see how they're doing. And that's it, really. Here's the ultimate, you can see. Boom, straight over and down. See, it gives the knockback, gave him a shield. There's her E ability, the shield. I think right there was the Q for the slow. And you see, it was likely Howitzer would have been killed there. But fortunately, I ulted in, saved him. Yeah, and that was it, really. And then I can still just keep being an irritant on the side here. Just making life as difficult and as for the enemy and as easy for my allies. And yeah, this is it. You've just got to try and make life as easy as possible. You know, this is with warding. This is with the harvesters. You really can. This, in my opinion, this hero, if you want to win a game, you need her, Muriel, in the group. Like I know it doesn't look like she does a lot of damage, but the amount of support she gives, there's no other hero like her. Like, you've got two tanks with Rampage and Steel, but which can kind of support, but there's nothing quite like her. I suppose you've got Decker as well, but in my opinion, Muriel is much more useful at the moment when compared to Decker. So when you're building items on her, there's a few ways you can build her. So of course you get your health potion, your mana potion, and then you can either get a harvester key or a ward. It depends on your team composition, of course. There was no one else here really roaming, so I got the harvester ward. And then you can also, you could get a sentry. Don't get me wrong, that's a very good shout. I think I get a sentry later in this game. But the big part of her is, just like when you're warding, you maybe don't want to be warding the lanes. You probably want to be warding their jungle, and so you can see movement of the enemy for your team. Now, also the main way I play her is to get as many cooldown reductions as possible. That combined with health and mana. This is why I always go with this one first. I can't. It doesn't really pop up with the name of it, but I know for a fact that it gives you health, gives you mana, and it also gives you cooldown reduction. Now, for me, cooldown reduction is, there's a ward right there. I knew I got wards in this game at some point, and I'll put it there so that we can see if anyone runs around, if there are any heroes. It gives friendly heroes a bit of a heads up on their entry. And then of course you saw the ult again, and we go into a team fight. Of course, throw down all your abilities. Oh, I think we're going to lose this as we misunderstood quite how many there are. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. I must have not been paying enough attention, because for some reason I just ran straight into Gideon's ult, which was foolish on my part. But yeah, back to the card build now. So yeah, mainly for me, the way I play it, I find that the best way is to eliminate cooldowns as best as possible. It means all your abilities, you get a lot quicker. It also means that global, that life-saving global, her ultimate, can come down as quick as possible. And you can just be so much more helpful and so much more effective to the team as a whole. And so this is Muriel, really awesome hero. I've seen a lot of people on the forums saying she's kind of boring to play because she's a support. I mean, for me personally, I mainly play carries, but even when I play Muriel, I love playing it because you always have to look around on the map. You're always stacking up abilities on heroes. And with the global map presence, and you're never not doing anything. You can always be helping someone or making life more difficult for the enemy. And also, the amount of help you give to your allies is just phenomenal. There's nothing quite like it. There's nothing quite like it at all. It's not a big no-no. It's just I don't fully understand why people do it. is when people stack a lot of energy damage on her instead of cooldown reduction and extra mana, and they try and build her like a damage dealer, and it's there was the Q right there. You can see the slow on her Twin Blast. But yeah, building energy damage, for me, it's a waste of time. That ult looked a bit jumpy there. But yeah, it's just a waste of time. It's completely pointless. Well, it's maybe not pointless, but really you shouldn't be the major damage dealer on your team. You should be the support, giving out shields and health, and that, that's the main thing you should be doing. It's stacking damage. It's just a waste, in my opinion. I think it's, earlier I said it wasn't a big no-no. It's a big no-no. It's pointless. It's a waste. There's no way you should be the damage dealer. You should be helping. You should have all your items should mainly benefit others. Like, for me, that's the best way she's played, and I've had really good results with her. Also, before I go, I'm going to talk a little bit about her passive. So her passive gives extra regen. It gives extra regen to everyone who she's healed, to all allies that she has healed. This health regen is an extra 14. Now, an extra 14 health, that's per second, of course. An extra 14 health regen per second is massive. Like, you can see a basic Muriel's at the moment is only +3. So, if you shield yourself, that would equate to 17 health regen a second. And considering the shields last for a couple of seconds and you have multiple shields as well. Oh, I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Did I get caught? Oh, there were loads of them. But yeah, so not only, while she doesn't heal directly, she does heal just by putting shields on them. So it's a double whammy. It's absolutely double whammy. And it's just awesome. It's absolutely awesome. So this is Muriel. Range support, really useful, really handy in a team fight. In my opinion, one of the best heroes in the game at the moment. I can't rate this hero highly enough. Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope this guide was useful. If you've got any different ideas about how to play it, or if you think I'm wrong, please do tell me. I'd love to see your comments below, and I'd love to see how other people play it. If you guys want to see more videos like this, of course, subscribe. I'm going to keep doing more videos like this. And thank you very much for watching. Always a pleasure, guys. Take it easy. Oh boy.